Hi, my name is Katelin, and I hardly contributed to the class discussion board. While I do not consider myself a failure or an anarchist rebel, with the help of Bill and some quality reading time, I have learned that I may be a guerrilla connectivist. Stephen Downes speaks of a type of guerrilla connectivism that counters a traditional connectivist approach that involves reconceptualizing the activity itself. And in spite of enormous self-imposed difficulties, when it came to assignment 3 and the discussion board postings, that's exactly what I did. This semester I have learned so much about learning and education, which I love, but more importantly, I was given an opportunity to learn so much about myself. This is my first class in my first semester of my first master's degree program. Being surrounded by leagues of intelligent, professional, well-spoken, and experienced peers was terrifying. And as far as I know, I'm the only person who comes from and works in the field of art and design. And it felt and feels truly isolating. I felt like a total impostor. I felt as though my skill set would never measure up and my professional anecdotes and perspectives would be irrelevant. But do you know what? I was wrong. The class is filled with teachers and passionate learners from many different professional, social, and cultural backgrounds. They bring different perspectives to projects and discussions that I find interesting and engaging. Their writing is well connected to their practices and their lives. So why should it be any different for me? Over this semester, I've become well acquainted with the term impostorship. Impostorship is defined as a feeling of underlying incompetence that often does not diminish with years of practice. Imposters must always appear to know what they are doing, and they live in fear that they will be exposed for the hopeless incompetence that they really are. Although grim, recognizing and understanding my feelings of impostorship was an integral first step in understanding myself as a learner and a member of this academic community. And acknowledging my faults and limitations was revelatory in overcoming personal barriers. My feelings of impostorship left me anxious and frozen during synchronous and asynchronous class time, including the discussion forum. I felt as though I was watching from the sidelines, an outsider looking in. I took this as an opportunity to collect and reflect on everything I could get my hands on. I have spent the past 12 weeks absorbing discussion postings, class conversation, and wiki changes as a fly on the wall. In an online educational setting, lurkers are considered people who read but seldom contribute to online discussion forums. There is a tendency to think poorly of lurkers due to the lack of physical evidence of learning and participation. However, Dennen advocates that lurkers are peripheral participants who are actively engaging in intrapersonal dialogues that are essential in distance education. Consequently, my impostorship and lurking left me with pages upon pages of written notes and unpublished potential discussion postings and responses. Initially, I felt very discouraged and frustrated. I even watched as my peers partook in guerrilla connectivist practices using the class to do Google Doc. Then I had a revelation. I had used the class wiki frequently as a quick digestible initial resource whenever I encountered a topic or term I was unfamiliar with, which was a lot at first. And I realized frequently that the wiki didn't have all the answers I desired. The more I learned, the more I realized that nearly everything in the wiki is connected in some way, and there were also a lot of holes. I realized that the body of work I had collected would benefit the wiki, and also anyone who ever felt as lost as I had. My wiki contributions could immortalize all the little gems I found in the class discussion board, including all of the sources that I found helpful in building my understandings. And because all this information was filtered and analyzed through me, in a way it served as a simultaneous post and response. I became a guerrilla connectivist by reconceptualizing assignment 3. Instead of flailing in the forum, I analyzed and connected a lot of what I learned inside of the wiki. Throughout the semester, I've been working hard to be critically reflective of myself and my learning. And at the end of the day, I learned a lot, and I'm really proud of myself.